Hey guys, Stiggy here at the Guitar Loft. How are you? Welcome back to another part of the budget guitar build. Basically I'm just mocking up the tuners here. Most of them are fitting okay, but one of them's slightly tight. I'm only mocking them up because I want to see which holes need to be filled, whether I can utilise some of the holes. What you'll find is some of the holes you can reuse. It's like the ones up here you won't really be able to. But we'll cross that bridge in a minute. I wanted to share with you a little quick tip. For if you own a reamer, then obviously this won't apply to you, but if you haven't, it's not generally a good idea unless you've got a pillar drill to start drilling away at this headstock, because you can get rip out because this maple's quite soft. So really what you actually need to get yourself is any electric drill, but what you're not going to do, see if I can get this on camera. Right, what you're actually going to do is you're not going to turn it on, you're just going to use it by hand. So get your drill bit around about the same size, okay, as the actual as the machine head base. Place it into the hole. Like I said, this one's a bit tight because it's not going through. The rest of them seem to be okay, and you're just going to turn it slowly in the direction that the drill goes. You see it should start popping out the other side in a minute. Now obviously you can go as quickly or as slowly as you want to on this. The good part about this is it gives you full control, and if you feel it start to bind up, you can just reverse it slightly, because if it binds up then it means that something may chip out, so you just need to go a little bit steady on it. So get yourself in, get yourself drill about 1/2 inch to 3/4 inch through, and then reverse it, just turning the chuck by hand. Okay, and that should ream out your hole a little bit more. Like I said, you can use a drill. If you've got a pillar drill and use that, then that's a bit easier. Just make sure you put a piece of wood behind to minimise some chip out, but if you haven't, then this works just perfectly. You know, the pillar drill's downstairs in the workshop in the garage, but up here this does the job, and this is just any normal electric drill. And there we go. So hopefully now that should fit a little bit better than it did. Does it fit? Takes a bit of persuading. A tight fit is a good fit, and there you go, you're in. So next part of this video I'm going to cover how to fill some holes. See you in a minute. Okay guys, so we are pretty much here. So those all fit now, that's fine, I've removed them again. Don't worry about this, I'm not. I like a little bit of history to my guitars and stuff, so it just shows that they're not the original tuners. You'll never be able to get rid of these 100% anyway. All you'll be able to do is just fill the holes and strengthen the neck back up again. If you do want this aged back towards this colour, then watch one of my other videos about guaranteed aging for free. That's always on there, so you need to subscribe for that one. So anyway, what we're going to do is fill these holes. Now you can use wood filler, you can use whatever you want, you can even put screws back in there, it's up to you, or you could leave them if it's not bothering, they're not going to do anything. I'm going to fill them just for the sake of this video. No filler is as good as the wood dust that comes off that wood. Okay, now I've got quite a lot of maple dust lurking around. I've just put some in a little pot here. It's all different colours because there's all different types of maple, different colours, which is good because if it was brand new perfect maple it'd show up against this, so that's why it's a little bit different colours. All you're going to need for this, you can use super glue if you want to, you can use a tiny bit of wood glue. Watch it not come out now. We knew that wouldn't come out, didn't we? Oh, little bits of TV trickery here. You don't need a lot of this. You know, it's up to you what you use. I'm going to use an old pencil to stir it in. And basically, you're just making a fine wood paste. There we go. Okay, can be a little bit messy. So there you go, it's in there now. You are going to have to sand this off afterwards obviously, but it will fill in the holes at least. So you've got yourself a nice little maple bit of putty there. Put a tiny bit in as best you can into the holes if you want to. Hell, why not? Let's get down and personal. Get it in there, push it right into the holes there. There we go. Get it filled, get it in there. I'm actually quite lucky in the sense that the machine heads that I'm fitting back on this, although not original, they fit in these holes. I also didn't have to ream the holes out or anything, but if you're going to ream them, watch the first part of this video and just work yourself up. Do it by hand, it's a lot better, you won't rip anything out. So, that's there. If you haven't got a scraper or anything to do it, I think we all know what this is by now. Yes, it's a piece of Bidadario. And work that in all the way along. Like I said, you won't get it perfect. You won't. But they'll look a lot better than they were. So get that in there, get your filler nicely filled in. You might have to do 2 or 3 passes to make sure you've got it completely filled up. If you want to varnish it afterwards and don't want to re-varnish your headstock, go to your missus's cabinet and get a clear nail varnish. I'm sure they've all got them if they're anything like mine. And then just put a blob over the top of it and that'll stable it all up. So there you go. It's almost done anyway. So we'll give it a quick sand and then we'll go from there. There we go guys. So it's dried and given it a bit of a sand off. Like I said, you're never going to make them disappear completely because you can take wood away and you can put it back, but trying to hide the fact is a little bit more difficult. So there we go, that's that bit. Next bit, what we're going to do is I'm just going to do a little bit of aging on the headstock. Now I showed you how to do that on the wood itself, but what we're actually going to do here is a little bit of relicing on the front, if that's what you want to do. I'm just going to use this as one of the videos, a bit of a test bed. Okay, so let's do it. Okay, so basically what we're going to do here is I'm going to show you a little technique. If you're restoring a guitar, maybe it's been damaged, or you know the headstock or the neck was damaged and you want to put something back on, if you're going to put one of these decals on, or even if you just want the rat look, or you know, or a relic or something, what you'll tend to find is that old water transfer decals and stuff, the water slide decals, they tend to shrivel up over age. Some of them go yellow, some of them turn up at the edges, some of them crinkle up almost like crepe paper. Now it's good to say you can only do this after it's been varnished, or lacquered should I say. It's just the way it works for me. You can try it other ways if you want to, but this is how it works for me, and it's just dead simple. All we're going to do is we're going to use the soldering iron, but we're going to use the side. I'm not going to touch it, are we? We're going to use the side of the soldering iron. We're not going to touch the headstock at all. You just want to get nice and close to try and wrinkle this up a little bit, give it a bit of age. Now, if you want a nice squeaky clean Fender headstock, or you know, headstock decal, then don't do this. If you want it to look a bit ratty and a bit nasty, and you're going to put fag burns in it at the top, SRV style, and all these kind of things, and nicks in it, then it's up to you. I'm going to show you how to relic it because the guitar's got a couple of dings on it anyway, and I think it'll look pretty good that way. But yeah, that's basically what we're going to do. So literally all we've got to do, and it takes literally a minute and a half, not even that, and I'm about 1/4 of an inch or about 1 centimetre away. You might need to do a couple of passes, and it literally just crinkles up. I mean, this soldering iron, I might say, has been on for about 2 hours or something, so it is incredibly hot, very hot. Okay. And you can actually see just on the top of the F it's starting to deform a little bit. Okay, there we go. Okay, let's do the original Cockney body. Like I said, it's up to you. I'm going to go for quite a ratty look, but I'm going to exaggerate it so you can see it. What this does, if you do it a little bit, it starts to crack around the lacquer and stuff and starts to lift, and that's what you'll tend to find on older guitars with transfers like that. I'm going to exaggerate it, but like I said, I don't really care. This is just, you know, just for demonstration purposes, and if I did it subtly you wouldn't be able to see all the cracks, but you'll see what I mean. So there we go. If you have a look now, you see how it's just wrinkled up the edges a little bit. Now you can go back in and lacquer over the top of this now, if you look, just see? Yeah, you're still smooth and everything, but you've just got a little crinkle. Alright, and it's raised it up. So you can go back in and lacquer over the top of that now. That's entirely up to you, but we're going to move on anyway. Alright, so there we go. Right. Now, next part of it. Sorry, some of that's still a little bit hot. Okay, never mind. Right, what you're going to need for this next bit here is, if you're going to do a bit of a relic, what you'll tend to find is around the machine head holes, they tend to crack. You know, now you can either, you're going to need the ferrule that you're going to use for this, just to get you an idea. So you're going to pop it in the hole. And what you'll tend to find is cracks in the lacquer around here and stuff, and that's just where the machine head moves back and forward. So to do that and to get that, you can just get your trusty craft knife out. I mean, they're not all the way around, I will state, and I may say they're not all of them. It tends to be the bottom strings that are like this. You know, if you want to, you can chip a little bit of lacquer off here and there and just generally beat the hell out of it. If you want to put your cigarette burn on it, then an SRV is around here. Okay, because that's where you'd stick your cigarette down there and it'd burn down, it'd leave that nasty black mark. You could even use a soldering iron if you want to, but I'm not putting that on. Okay, so yeah, we're going to just get that in there. That's going off quite nicely. That's got a lovely crinkled finish now. Yeah, so you can chip a little bit off if you want to. You can go mad if you want to. You can get your screwdriver out and, you know, give it a few meaningful dings around here. That was a bit more of a meaningful ding than I meant to. But anyway, you get the idea. Also, what you can do is, if you want to get a natural effect of doing that, is once you put your machine heads back on again, pop them in and then tighten them down pretty tight, and that will actually push those in and start to crack them naturally anyway. But yeah, that's how you basically do that. You spend as much time on it as you want, guys, put as much on it as you want, but I will say, you know, you can beat the hell out of them as much as you like, but less is more, really. Okay guys, so that's it, that's your relicing done. Like I said, you can go around it and go, you know, but think about it, where's it going to get damaged? It's going to be around the headstock area, it's going to be around here, it's going to be up here. Scratches are going to appear on this side, around here. And also what you can actually do is that, go for where your strings are. If it's a brand new neck, you know, you can put some wear marks in the top here, where your strings go in. Just in front of your nut, just behind your nut here. There we go, there's one. You don't want to go too far down because obviously the strings don't go that far. You know, give it a little chip out, get your screwdriver in there if it's not pronounced enough for you. There you go, there's another one. Okay, and another one as well. Like I said, they all have those. So that's it. Let's get the machine heads on in the next video, and then we'll be ready for almost assembly. So that's it, guys. Take your time. Like I said, less is more, but it will look cool if you try. See you in a bit soon. See you in a bit, guys.